Well, hello there, good people. Hi, it's Jason from Green Country Agroforestry, and spring is just rolling right along. In these buckets in front of me, I have got some baby redbud trees and baby black locust trees, and we managed to pull these out. These are seedling starts, and some of these were grown off as suckers. We went ahead and harvested from the back garden area and all around the house, places where I didn't want extra redbud trees. I've got enough already. But I didn't want to just throw these things away. So I dug them up, and we're getting ready to transfer them into, well, I should be transferring them into an air printing bed so we can get them raised up to sell come fall. But unfortunately, lumber prices being what they are, and us being on a shoestring budget here, barefoot on a shoestring budget, I should say, I don't have the ability to go out and just grab that lumber right now. But I do have some things lying around that can help me out. So let's go take a look. Okay, right back here is the remains of one of the walls of our cattle panel greenhouse that we had set up last year. Because of the heavy hail that we get around here, we decided to not try to run with a soft-sided polytunnel here in the future. We're going to be building a permanent greenhouse out this way. But this leaves us with some concrete blocks here that are perfectly usable, but that aren't being used for anything right now. So my thought process is, let's get some of these, move them up there to that section of the driveway, and build a little corral where we can put some growing medium and have those trees growing someplace where it's going to be easy to extract them whenever it comes time for them to go into the post. You know, another advantage to getting these blocks out here now is I'm going to use these to be setting up the air printing bed whenever I get the lumber and the hardwood cloth to put it together. So I may as well have these out here now. Okay, that's 10 blocks altogether here. There's 10 blocks, and 10 blocks whenever I get the lumber here, probably around June or so, to make the air printing beds, will be enough to provide the supports for about a 4x8 air printing bed, which is plenty of space for our first year. And of course, this is going to be just enough to keep these plants going until we can get to June and have that the money to build the air printing beds. All right, let's go ahead and get some growing medium in here. I think we're going to use a little bit of peat moss because I have some handy. 2.5 cubic feet compressed in a space that is, let me see, 20 inches by 32 plus 4, that's 36 inches. That's 3 feet by almost 2 feet by 8 inches. Boy. It ought to fit. All right, we got our peat moss down in there. Let's go ahead and get her hydrated. All right, we're going to let the water level go down a little bit, and then we'll soak it again and just keep on going until we're thoroughly soaked. This could take a little while, so just bear with me. Yeah, something you're going to learn about peat moss after messing around with it for a while is, although it's very famously able to absorb double its volume in water, it's really reluctant to do so. So this is the second time soaking through, and we still have dry peat moss in here. Push down. Bits and twigs out. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And just the other day we were shooting another piece of video and we ran out of battery, and while we were waiting for it to charge up, we just ran around and I dug out some of these. Of course, these are little redbud trees. Most of them are not seedlings, they're actually suckers. So they're little redbud suckers. Then I dug them out and I threw them in this bucket in the hopes that we just might be able to get some new trees started off of these. So I'm just going to put these down here in our moss solution in the moss. Alright, and I do need to pick them out from amongst this these that are the other nitrogen fixing tree that I'm trying to work on. Black locust roots. There we get that. Redbud tucked in there good. Just give us a little bit of space to get that root in there. There we go. Yeah, some of these don't have much root attached to them at all at the moment. Hopefully they'll grow some more roots. Some of these are barely more than cuttings, really. But these are all clipped off of suckers of existing trees that had already been started. So, since they already have a little bit of root structure, a little bit anyway, hopefully they'll be encouraged to grow into more than they are now. There's another. That's a really long taproot, not a whole lot of anything else. Put that in here. Now hopefully we can encourage something else to grow up out of that. Here's another little one here. So these are Circe canadensis, eastern redbud trees. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Somewhere around 11 or 12 of those. I think I have another little one in here somewhere. I just need to dig it out. It fell beneath the surface. Yep, there it is. I was pretty sure I had another one. Alright. Alright, and these black locust roots we're going to go ahead and get planted out and around and see if we can get some more little trees to get started off of those. Boy, it's amazing. You can just chop off a little segment of that rhizome and wind up with a whole new stand of trees out of it. Alright, there we go. So there we go. There is a dozen eastern redbud trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Also a dozen black locusts that we've got already harvested. It's 24 trees altogether here. Alright, so there we have it. We've got 24 little trees, a dozen black locusts and a dozen eastern redbud in this little tiny box full of peat moss, and those will keep until we have the materials necessary to build an air pruning box, which will give us a much better, bushier root structure, make a stronger tree overall. Now, if you're going to be planting in one of these, or in an air pruning box, or in just a pot somewhere with just peat moss and perlite and vermiculite in it, you're going to need to fertilize. And I wouldn't recommend putting on a heavy fertilizer, but just once a week, taking about a two-part fertilizer, like a 2-1-1 or a 2-2-2 fertilizer, and just watering in with that very, very light fertilizer about once a week. Because this peat moss material here, although it does great for holding water and it's nice and soft and easy for roots to push their way through, it doesn't have any actual nutritional value for the plants. So, hey, that's all I got for you today, good people. As always, if you found this video informative or entertaining, you know what to do. I will catch you next time.